Hello Internet, I'm me. And Kyoryuger has ended. With this last three episodes and my busy workload on outside of the Internet, I really was going to do this huge big thing for Kyoryuger, but unfortunately, things came up. So, what did I think about these last three Kyoryuger episodes that I was waiting on to accumulate them all as one big package? I really loved most of it. Yeah, I actually really dug these last three episodes of Kyoryuger, and the reason I picked the last three episodes is because I know I said this for Gokaiger that and for Go Busters that the last couple of episodes strung together to a point where it was a movie. Gokaiger more of its grandeur and scale, while Go Busters it was more of the flowing storyline and how things were being resolved. Um, this one can almost be attributed as using both, if you think about it. Um, Kyoryuger starts off with this amazing battle after Torin is dead. Turns out, yeah, he's dead. But it turns out King's father killed him on purpose so that he could fight in the Land of Darkness, or Hell, whichever translation you get. Sometimes you get Hell, sometimes you get Land of Darkness. If somebody can clear that up for me, that'd be great. To fight off all the monsters that have actually been trying to come back to the world as Davos is ready to destroy it all. Now, as they're all fighting, a lot of things happen. Our pretty much everybody but Lucroyd and I can never say her name. I keep wanting to say Cinderella, but I know it's not. It is totally not. I am terrible with names. Even now, at the end of Kyoryuger, I am terrible with names. Um, um, I'm just gonna call him Sorrow Knight, which, and I'll get to that later. Sorrow Knight, who that's his nickname for now, does have an amazingly meaningful death with Kyoryu Black. The Gold has a great death with Uchi. It was grand. It was great. I loved how each villain died because the villains they're pretty much replacing all the villains except for the Gold, and Sarne is very righteous about his death. He'll let himself die, but not, well, not only the woman he loves, but Buckaroyd too, because they hadn't hurt anybody. They're pretty much the most harmless thing that could be there. Um, which is, of course, contradicting myself because at the end, the happiness chick, who, yes, I'm going to keep calling her that, actually helps to deliver one of the final blows to a major villain. So, yeah. Uh, but yeah, he does it in a righteous way of going, yo, I've killed people just for the hell of it, but they haven't. They haven't done anything really wrong. They deserve a second chance. I don't. And it was a great send off with a lot of revelations that yeah, he's been dead before and every time he dies his armor is so durable that his soul can't even leave. So that he keeps dying and um Lord Chaos just keeps bringing him back with his power. And that's kind of fucked up. I'm going to say that now. It's kind of fucked up. But yeah, he got his death, and Kyoryu Black freed his soul in a very emotional scene that I'm pretty sure everybody has seen by now because it is one of the most clipped clipped parts of that episode. Hell, I even have it on my Instagram. Um, then after that, of course, the Gold dies. After the Kyoryuger do their big long run, which they do their non-henshin uh, Henshin and roll call, very well. I love it. It's like with each one, like Uchi stays there to fight off. I keep calling him Hatred Dude or Candles, uh, and the Gold. And right when he does, he sticks the sword in the ground. and he does this roll call, and it's completely serious, and it looks so badass. And then I'm like, oh wow. And then of course I knew where this was going. Like each Kyoryuger would be split off, and each one does their roll call, and then they fight. And I was right, but how they did it was amazing. Kyoryu Blue, can I say this? Kyoryu Blue, actually, I'm going to say this now. The thing I really do like about this finale, all 3 episodes compared to all other seasons that I've seen or can recollect, is that this finale was a fight. It wasn't, I mean, it was a fight, and they made sure you know it was a fight because there were hordes they were fighting. Uchi barely gets out of it alive. Kyoryu Blue gets beat to shit. He's got blood on his face and on his mouth, and in his fight scene, he actually gets punched to the ground and kicked and stomped on. Uh, I mean, like, Kyoryu Green and Kyoryu Black have to go back to back and fight like a fucking entire army. Kyoryu Red and Kyoryu Pink are sitting in the freaking fortress, not fighting waves upon waves of enemies. And each time when they get them off, they'll sit back and do their roll call, and it makes them seem so kick-ass. And okay, and then we get to the end, where we've been leading up, and we get to the end, and of course, it's this this part of the this part of the 3 episodes kind of bothers me. The last episode is probably the weakest episode of the 3. You had this great build-up, and you do have a satisfying climax of the powers and how they work and basically how everything works. It should work. However, my problem is with King. There is a funny little picture out there saying the true faces of the Kyoryuger, and it's King, 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 Torn. And unfortunately, it is quite true. And that has kind of colored my entire perception of Kyoryuger, because it's all about King. It really fucking is. And sometimes, yes, in these last 2 episodes, you got so much of a feel for what Kyoryu Black was going through against the Saranite, and Uchi versus the Gold, and that seriously hard-ass beating Kyoryu Blue was taking against all those paramonsters. And, of course, Kyoryu Green and Eon, which, yes, of course, I'll remember one name, Soji and Eon battling together and actually becoming really good friends to a point where Ian no longer calls Soji boy anymore. And like they have this amazing battle, and I'm like, wow, each character is getting their wrap up, and then out of nowhere, Kyoryu Pink and Kyoryu Red have a relationship now. For serious, I thought in the beginning of the season that was going to be Kyoryu Pink and Kyoryu Green, but okay. And of course, King does the, oh crap, we're gonna, like, Davos, he takes a shot from Davos, like, really freaking well. Like, Davos shoots at them after beating the shit out of them, shoots at them. Fucking King just backs it, like, no! And, like, man, that was like a blast, and he knocks them off, and they fall down a cavern, and he's holding on to Ami, and then they turn around, and he hits from like 200 feet down, smack, and Amy just like sitting on top of him, boom, gets up. That hurt. I was like, what the fuck? Really? Really? Okay. I mean, yeah, I know, the show is silly. But in its most dramatic moment, ah, ah, that stung. Oh, man. So what now, guys? that, that made me laugh. That seriously made me laugh. But yeah, of course, Kyoyu Red goes, "It's too dangerous out here, Emmy," and then pushes her out of the fortress as it rises to the sky and starts to amplify the sound of this death song, this anti-Earth song that's going to destroy everything on Earth. Oh, and I also kind of forgot to mention that Kyoryu Xian and Kyoryu Grey have found themselves replacements in uh, Kyoryu Blue's sister, and of course Kyoryu Grey's ancestor, who of course is just Kyoryu Grey wearing a wig. But of course they have their awesome little Henshin and Robo, and I like it. I love the fight scene they gave them, and pretty much gave them a good fight along with the two Kyoyu Violets, the old man and the young woman. And I thought that was really kind of cool. You got every single iteration of the Kyoryuger into the fight scene and into the fight. And that is actually what I thought was really impressive. So during the entire fight, what I really loved is you had this entire fight of the fight in the underworld was Torin and the Spirit Rangers fighting off the monsters and trying to destroy the Dark Lands forever. And you have the Kyoryuger on top trying to stop the day boss. And of course now you have the fight up in the air or in space with King and Davos himself. And of course they can't do anything. Yeah, I had to, my screen went blank. But yeah, they can't do anything really. And King is like, King's like, damn, I'm getting my ass kicked. And as he's getting his ass kicked to Amy, like after getting thrown out of there and caught by praise. There we go. I have to say it in his voice because that's the only way I remember it. Gets caught by Praise and gets brought down. And first, and this is also why I don't like the whole King and Amy thing, is they kind of just made her the whiny, crying girlfriend. Because every other scene is, oh, King, oh, King, oh. I'm like, what happened to you? What happened? You just kind of lost all your bad, like, right when she professes her love to King, pretty much, she loses all her badassness. Like, just get rid of it. To me. And I felt like, damn it, you were a kind of cool character, somebody who, I know this kind of wasn't really the intent, maybe it was, somebody who would make really fun kind of little cute quips in the heat of battle, like, wow, and okay, bye, like, just kind of taunt them with like a cute little thing. And I thought that kind of made her a little badass in her own way. And now you're just quivering and crying over a man. But she does figure out that the Earth song, the true melody of the Earth itself, is the Kyoryuger theme song. I think that's probably the most awesome thing ever. So we get a good 30 seconds of the Kyoryuger theme song being sung by the cast themselves, and that's pretty kick-ass. And we figure out that, of course, Davos is not the ultimate boss. There's somebody out in space who sent him. Because if you remember, Torin and Lord Chaos were sent on a meteor to destroy Earth in the first place, along with Davos. So who sent them? So we're going to wait until the movie comes out so that we can finally tell you who that is. But, however, at this moment, after the Earth's true melody has been sung, Kyoryu Red gets an ultimate powder up! And of course, he kicks ass, takes names, blows them up, and of course, the entire fortress goes a kablooey. And the Kyoryuger are sad because they think he's dead, and even though they thought Uchi was dead, and he's actually okay. And of course, they go to several days later, which before the subs, I thought it was like several weeks, months later. But yeah, they're cleaning up the rubble from the initial attack and everything like that. And after that, they're all looking at their batteries because it's only several days later, and they're kind of hoping, will King come back? And I was kind of hoping he wouldn't. Just saying. I was actually kind of hoping that they would keep him dead. Bring him back as a spirit. I know there's the 100 years later, he has descendants, yada yada yada. But I was kind of hoping that he would just like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. I kind of wanted to see him as a Jedi spirit, like Torin and the other Spirit Rangers. They're all now Jedi spirits, and they go to heaven. But yeah, he comes back, and along with him are all the Volt Swords, because all the Volt Swords actually came up to blow up the fortress. I completely forgot to say that. And he pretty much writes it off as, the Volt Swords just saved me in the nick of time. And everyone's like, yay, he's back, and we can end on a happy note. So, for the most part, yeah, I liked this ending. I really did. And it was really good. My gripes about King being the center of the universe aside, and the love interest thing, because, I don't know, it just felt shoehorned in, honestly. They kind of built up Soji and Amy being together for a bit, and then they kind of just dropped it to where she's just kind of on her own. And then they built up this thing between Kyoryu Violet and Kyoryu Red, and then they dropped that, and needless to say, this season had its issues. Yes, I know. There are plenty of reviews out there saying, oh, there's major continuity issues, and why did they do this, and yada, yada, yada. But hey, I have to say this for the entire season of Kyoryuger, it was a great ride. It's a good show, or even a good movie. Anything good is like either a magic trick or a roller coaster. A roller coaster could be faulty, well, not faulty, but it can have creaks, it can have cracks, it can have ricketiness, but if it's using it to an advantage, like a ride that's meant to scare you, and those cracks and creaks really don't do anything but make sound, then the ride is great. If you're somebody who's been on the ride 1,000 times, of course you're going to be like, there's a creak there, there's a crack there, and that wasn't on purpose. It's faulty. Or like a magic trick. No magic trick is perfect, and there's flaws in every magic trick. But the thing is, magic tricks at least, are meant to distract so much and so much flair that you can just, that nobody notices the flaws. And Kyoryuger did that well. It had enough fun, enough spirit, enough adventurous spirit. It was very brave in the direction it took from how we were going from Go Busters to Go Kaiger, where they were more serious, to just going, fuck it, let's have fun. Let's have adventures. Let's be silly. Let's go balls out insane. And that took some balls. That took some bravery. And honestly, with that, it took me for a ride that, heck, I'd rather ride again. It's not a bad show, or not a bad season, and if I really had to give a rating, I'd say a good 7.10 out of 5. Personally, it's a 8.10, 8.5 out of 10 because, well, I just love fun. Sorry, guys. It did a lot of things right. It got a lot of faults wrong, but hey, for the most part, it was a fun ride, and I would love to have something like this again. So now, we have two things to wait on. Tokyuja and the inevitable turning of Kyoryuger into Power Rangers Dino Charge. Yay. Till next time, y'all. Peace.